Have you ever wondered how your favorite movies or shows are actually protected from being pirated online? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on Screenable's really clever two-layered security system. It's a fascinating look at how these digital fortresses get built, so let's just dive right in. The very first line of defense, Layer 1, is all about encryption. You can think of this as the heavy-duty outer wall, designed to stop pirates cold before they even get a foot in the door. And this is a really crucial shift in thinking. A lot of systems try to block downloads completely, and honestly, that can be a losing battle. Screenable's approach is different. It kind of assumes someone might eventually figure out how to download the file. The real goal is to make sure that file is nothing more than a useless, scrambled brick of data on their computer. So how does this actually work in practice? Well, first off, the video isn't just one big file. It's broken up into these tiny little segments, or chunks. Now, each and every one of those chunks gets its own unique lock and key. And to make it even more secure, all of those keys are stored in a totally separate digital vault, a different server. The only time a key is ever released is when you, an authorized viewer, press play. And even then, it's just for that one specific viewing session. So, to put it simply, encryption is like wrapping every single piece of that video in its own digital lockbox. If a pirate somehow manages to grab one of those boxes, well, they'll find it sealed completely shut. Without the right keys, which are only handed out temporarily, mind you, the content inside is just inaccessible. It's totally unplayable.
What if a pirate tries a different tactic? What if they just record their screen? That's a pretty big loophole, right? And that's exactly where the second layer of defense, the second shield, comes into play: dynamic watermarking.
Now, this is where the defense gets really smart. You know those standard watermarks? They're predictable. An AI can learn their pattern and just erase them. Or a tech-savvy pirate can just pop open the browser's developer tools and disable them. But Screenable's watermarks, they're intelligent. They literally jump to a new, random position on the screen every few seconds, and the code that makes them appear is constantly resetting itself. So the whole point here isn't necessarily that removing it is impossible, it's that it's a massive headache. A pirate would have to chase that watermark all over the screen, frame by frame. And even if they manage to disable it for a second, it just pops right back up. The goal is to make the effort so ridiculously high that it's not worth their time. Okay, so at this point you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but come on, can it be beaten? And this is where Screenable is refreshingly honest. They say it loud and clear. No system is perfectly foolproof. In the world of digital security, anyone who promises you 100% invincibility, well, they're not being straight with you. And that transparency is actually key to understanding the real value here. Because this right here, this is the true mission. It's not about building a completely unbreakable vault. It's about building a vault that is so complex, so annoying, and so frustrating to crack that most pirates will just give up and go look for an easier target. It's all about security through practical deterrence. Why is this two-layered approach so effective? It all comes down to this really simple but powerful concept. You don't have one shield. You have two distinct layers of defense working together. You've got encryption and you've got watermarking. The encryption makes any downloaded file totally unplayable garbage. Then, the dynamic watermark makes screen recording a frustrating and super time-consuming chore. Put them together, and you've got a defense that tackles the two main ways people pirate content, making the whole process way less convenient for anyone with bad intentions. And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. In today's digital world, is your work just protected, or is it intelligently defended? Because as we've just seen, there is a world of difference between a simple lock and a truly smart defense.
Introducing Screenable, a smart screener platform. Screenable. Be in the know.